Hello. I think most people know me already.
Can you speak up, please? We can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Is that better? Anyway, as I was saying, I think most people know me already. I'm Matt Fisher, and I'm going to be recommending that we invest most of the £450 budget in buying a dishwasher. I would like to start by looking at the model I'm recommending. Then we'll compare it with the present situation. After that, I'll go on to talk about some of the advantages of having a dishwasher and the disadvantages of some of the other options we have to consider. Now, I would like to take a look at this first chart, which shows some facts and figures.
Sorry, can I ask you to...
If you don't mind, I'll take questions at the end, all right? Now, as you can see... Oh, you can't see it. Sorry about that. Anyway, as I was saying, if you look at the figures for water and energy consumption, you'll see that this is a very economical machine. A capacity of 12 place settings is ideal for our purposes. And you'll see that when we look at the noise rating at 45 decibels, it's very, very quiet. I must emphasize that this is an extremely important factor when people are trying to work or hold meetings in the clubhouse. Finally, I want to draw your attention to the fact that at only £334, we're comfortably under budget. What I mean is, this would leave us with enough money to buy new coffee cups, plates, and so on. Is that clear so far?
12 place settings doesn't sound very much. Are you sure that's enough?
Definitely. It's standard capacity for family dishwashers.
But we're not a family. We're a sports and social club. Sometimes there are 40 or 50 people.
Sorry, but time is short. We'll have to move on. So, now let's turn to the present situation. As you know, at the moment, all members are supposed to share the washing up. But it's usually the women who do most of it. What's more, although it seems like an economical solution, the figures show that it isn't really efficient or cost-effective. Water consumption is high, as most of it goes on the floor. Washing up is tiring and boring, so energy consumption is quite unacceptable. Capacity is variable, depending on who's doing the washing up, and it can become a very noisy activity with lots of shouting and breaking glass. Just to digress a moment, we really have broken a lot of cups recently, so I'd like to ask people to be more careful. Finally, as regards price, I think we can say that the present system is definitely high maintenance. In other words, it's hard work keeping people happy, especially when it's always the same people who have to do the washing up. So, to sum up, it's clearly much more logical to invest in a dishwasher. Does that make sense?
Couldn't we just have a schedule where everyone sort of, takes their turn? And someone will still have to empty the dishwasher.
Okay, I think that covers all the facts and figures. Moving on. My second slide shows the advantages and disadvantages of the three options. You'll notice that the dishwasher will benefit everyone, whereas the washing machine and the espresso machine will only be used by certain members of the club. What's more, the dishwasher is very simple to use. A washing machine, on the other hand, causes all sorts of problems, like what to do with the wet washing, where to dry it, and so on. An espresso machine has other disadvantages. There's a risk of accident, for example. The coffee is much more expensive than coffee from a regular machine. They're quite noisy too, and by the way, an espresso machine would of course increase the amount of washing up. Anyway, that's all I want to say about the disadvantages of the other options. I think it's very clear that the dishwasher is the only option which brings appreciable benefits for everyone, and at the same time has no significant disadvantages. And basically, that's why I'm asking you to vote for the dishwasher. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Yes?
Wouldn't we need to buy all new cups and dishes for the dishwasher? I don't think our old coffee cups were intended for dishwasher use.
It's a good question, but not to worry. Any tableware bought in the last 20 years or so is designed for the dishwasher. And besides, as I pointed out, we're under budget, so we could easily buy new mugs. Okay?
And where are you going to put it?
Well, you're right, of course. We can't just put it anywhere. We've thought about that too, and it will fit very nicely between the fridge and the sink. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Good. Well, I'm out of time, so I'm going to wrap up and hand over to Debbie, who's going to try and convince you that we need a washing machine. Good luck, Debbie.
Matt is under the mistaken belief that a presentation is a monologue, rather than a conversation facilitated by the presenter. Even when he's asked to speak up, we notice little change. Rehearse always out loud, because to be heard clearly requires vocal effort and practice. At the start, he won't let anyone speak to ask a question. Both rude and silly, as in this case, he's standing in front of his own screen. He should have stated at the start that he would take questions afterwards. And he shows his impatience with a question about not being a family, and ignores it to move on, concerned only with his own agenda. He also totally ignores the question about a rota system. It's a perfect example of what not to do in a presentation. Not listen, ignore questions, overcomplicate, and then cut it short. So, when you have to present, let this guide you to listen. Listening to the person or the people that you're communicating with, absolutely key. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Invite questions either during or after your talk. And KISS. Keep it short and simple.